I'm back from my break. Had me a diet Pepsi, and I'm ready to finish up some more details on this circus wagon. And now we can put this piece inside in the floor. So again, this piece is 3 3/4 by 7 7/8. And add some glue. You'll see that I already had glue on it, but it came loose. Obviously, I didn't get it burnished in good, or it wouldn't have come loose, which is a good thing, I guess. But I'm going to try to get it in better this time, because now I'm ready for it to be in there. Let's see here. Put it up close to the edge so that I can get the brads covered, and then burnish down in there. You really need to make sure that it glues down here, because we don't want it pulling up when the album slides in. Okay. And the wheel seems to be on good. It's the one that I had the glue on. This latches down. Now, we have one other element that I'm going to try to get to include in the kits. Now, for those of you making this with your own papers, or even those doing the kit, if you don't want to do this step, that's up to you. I felt like a wagon should have like a piece where it hooks to the trailer or the train or whatever. It just looks a little lost there. So I found these, I guess you call them eyes. They'll have the piece from Home Depot that tells me exactly what it's called. But this is a large one. And I took a piece of paper, I cut it too wide, but I took some of my 6000 glue, quick grip glue, and put a blob of glue and put it on there because I want it to stick to this piece. Now I'm going to flip this up, and I'm going to need to cut this down. So I'm going to try to do a straight cut here so it fits between the wheels like that. I just thought that it might be easier to put this down with score tape or something and a combination of glue on the paper than trying to do that metal piece, and then it would be covered up. So slide this up. I'm going to take my 1/2 inch score tape and put it on it, mostly even over the screw part of this bolt. I guess it's an eye bolt, maybe that's what they're called, I don't know. I'll peel the backing off. Now, granted, this is just for looks. It is not meant to really hook up to a train engine or anything, so it is just for looks, to kind of finish off the look of the wagon. And I'm going to add some of the white glue in between here and in different places. And then stick it so that just the circular part sticks over the end of the wagon. I'll go ahead and burnish this down and stick. So the score tape is going to help hold it while the glue dries. And that's going to give us this little piece here, this little hook. So I didn't want to screw it into the wagon because then my album would not fit in there. So I think this will work. Maybe burnish kind of along the edge here. I don't have mine on really straight, but unless you could turn it over upside down, I don't think anyone's going to notice. Okay, and there's that piece on the front of the wagon. Now, while I was on break, I decided to do something that I've learned from doing a project with Kathy Orta, is make a frame. And this will be optional as to whether you want to add a frame to the side of yours, but I thought it might be kind of fun to have a little frame and add little bars to it, like a cage maybe. And this would be optional if you wanted to put it on yours, and you could slide a picture down in it of someone. You could have them as the animal, or just put decorative paper back there. So I have gone ahead and cut the chipboard pieces for this. You need 2 each. I hope I did this right. 2 each, 7 7/8 by 1/2 inch. 4 each of the 5 1/2 inch. 5 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. 1 6 3/4 by 1/2 inch, and 1 7 7/8 by 1/2 inch. So these two, the first two, the 7 7/8 by 1/2 inch, we need to glue together like this. I'm going to sandwich those together to get a double thickness. Set those aside to dry. Take the 4 5 1/2 by 1/2 inch and glue each of those together, so that gives us 2 sets. And then we have these. So this is going to be side pieces here. So I am thinking this will go across the bottom. And I'm thinking I want to paint them, stain them black. So we're going to see what that looks like. Let me get this piece here that I can use. And the black soot distress stain. And let's stain these up. Stain the cut edges also. Now my frame is a little bit different than one designed by Kathy Orta. This one is actually built onto the wagon piece rather than building the frame and cutting out the center. So we're going to try this and see how it does. I don't know if I needed that stained or not. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to let those dry, and then we'll come back in the next video and we'll see how it assembles and see how we like it. I may change my mind and not even put this in the video. If you see it, that means I liked it, so it's in the video. Be right back.